Savannah. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. So I see here that you were not referred to my services. So tell me why you think you need to come and talk today.
Well, I've been anxious. I've been anxious for years and kind of very, not necessarily dark, but had some struggles with being cheerful. And I guess I just kind of got tired of all my friends and family ragging on me for being so down in the dumps all the time.
Okay. So tell me why you think that, or what's happening that in your life, or what has happened in your life that you believe has caused this depression and anxiety.
Well, for a background, I guess I would have to go back to when my parents got a divorce when I was pretty young. I think it was about 10 or 11, and it kind of just came out of the blue.
Okay.
I figured we were a normal family. Dad went to work, Mom stayed home, And then one day I came back from a vacation at my grandparents' house, and they sat me down and said, "We're splitting up." And I was 10. Everybody, I have siblings, but they were all in diapers, so it was. I didn't really have anybody to turn to. I felt like so I became very enclosed within myself and very upset with my life for the next couple of years because it took. I was 4 years before they were actually divorced, and just a lot of things happened within those 4 years.
Okay, so it sounds like to me that just the overwhelming shock of the divorce has really led on to the anxiety and depression. So tell me about your current relationship with both of your parents.
Well, me and my mom are perfect, not perfect. We fight all the time, but we are very close, and she is one of my best friends. And my dad, not so much, and I'll talk to him often. We have a struggling relationship, I should say.
Okay. So why do you think that you have a struggling relationship with your dad, but your relationship hasn't really changed much with your mom since the divorce?
Well, it has. It has changed majorly. I had to step up a lot when I was very young because my dad was really the one who initiated everything. So he's kind of the one who walked out yet stayed in our lives. And the whole while my mom was not in school and struggling to kind of really get herself up off the floor. And I have 3 younger siblings, so I needed to help take care of them. So that pushed me into a very mature and caregiving role before I was ready. And I had to be very helpful to my mother all the while my father was off with someone else, or if he was with us, he was not really there.
Okay, so do you think that you wanted to go into this caregiver role, or do you feel as if you were forced into this caregiver role?
I think it was a mixture of both. Mm-hmm. Somebody had to do it. Therefore, I was slightly forced, but I didn't mind doing it. I liked being there for my siblings and kind of really helping them out through all of this.
Okay, so from what I understand currently, like you were only the caregiver while you were with your mom, or was it also happening while you were at your dad's?
Also with my dad. He is not really good at being alone, and I really believe that he relies on a significant other to kind of get parenting roles done throughout the day. So as I got older and could drive, or even when I was younger, I would have to tell everyone to go take baths and say eat your food because my father was just kind of off in his own world, and he did just certain things that he does. He doesn't go grocery shopping for the week. He says, "I'm going to go to Kroger and I'm going to buy dinner for tonight," and then the next night he goes to Kroger again. He's not good at planning ahead or thinking outside of the box, which I found is really what you have to do with children.
Okay, so you were 13, 14 years old at this time, where you had to just step up and essentially be a mom?
That really started when I was like 11 and 12.
Okay. So with the divorce, how do you think it's changed you as a person today? Like, where are you today because of the divorce?
In need of control, because I had so much of it growing up. And at one point, my parents stepped back and said, "We need to be your parents, not your friends, not someone we rely on or someone you were like, we need to switch roles. And that didn't go over very well, and we butted heads for a long time because I was already so independent and so much ahead than what they expected me to be.
Okay, so with that, what are you finding yourself in need of control over?
The current relationship that I'm holding and any kind of past relationship that I've had, I guess that I've really found that when you have so much control over someone, as in like a caretaker role, you are really who they rely on and who they look up to. So they kind of just go to you for every twist and turn in their life. And with being in a relationship with a significant other, me and my boyfriend are struggling because I'm wanting to control how he reacts to me and how he handles certain situations. And he's over here and I'm over here. We're on very different ends of the spectrum when it comes to being just a person.
Okay, so from what I'm understanding is that it's causing a lot of problems in your relationship because of the lack of control that you want to have. So with that, do you think that the divorce has changed how you are in your current relationships? Do you think that it is affecting your relationships negatively with the people you have close?
Absolutely. Especially with boyfriends that I've had, because I kind of sabotage myself before I can get to a point where I get hurt. Because as I've gotten older and learned more about this divorce, I've realized how big of a part my dad had in it and how much he did to really push my mom away, and how my mom even asked, like, said, I'll forgive you, we can work it out, and he said, no, I'm done. So I've really kind of reached a point to where I start to walk away and I start to push myself away if I even think that there's an opportunity for someone to hurt me first.
Okay. So do you currently believe that you are in a situation like this?
Yes and no. I don't believe that I am in a situation to where he is going to end things or hurt me in any way, but I am in a situation where I am very vulnerable, and we are reaching a point to where a lot of trust is needed. We're hitting that point in our relationship where we're talking about moving in and talking about our future, and it's all very uncertain and very scary. So I think that I'm very anxious because I don't have any control over what's going to happen, and he is a very fly by the seat of your pants kind of guy, and I'm not. I need a plan, and I need to know exactly how I'm going to execute that plan.
Okay, but that's good. Maybe taking the next step in that direction when it comes to moving in together will help with the anxiety and depression and the lack of control. But with that, on a scale of 1 to 10, how strongly do you believe that the lack of control in the relationship is causing the anxiety?
Probably like an 8 or a 9.
Okay. So why are you that positive? Why are you a 9 rather than a 5?
Just because based off of past experiences and based off of the fact that it's really the cause of a lot of my anxiety. It's what I think about a lot. It's how it's affecting how I react to him and how I react to the way that we talk about things and how I try and shape the conversation. And then it's causing me to be very anxious thinking about how I'm going to approach a situation or approach a argument or approach the discussion of where we're going to live or what the apartment's going to look like. And I'm just finding myself wanting to really be in the lead with all of that, and he doesn't really have any kind of preference, so my answers are always whatever, I don't care, and that gives me a lot of anxiety.
Understandable. It is a good thing, though, that you are aware that it is the lack of control in your relationship that is causing you to have this depression and anxiety. So overall, you are feeling that because of the lack of, I guess, a father role in your life growing up, that it has caused you to have harsher relationships with the men that you keep in your life. And is this the longest relationship that you have been in? Like, is this the most serious relationship that you've been in? Okay, so it's definitely even more scary at this point. Okay. Well, I definitely think that we can work on your depression and anxiety if you are interested in making another appointment. And I hope that he understands that you need to have a plan, and you guys will be able to figure it out together if he can get on the same level as you. Okay?
Okay.
All right. I will see you next Tuesday. Does that sound good?
Sounds good.
Same time?
Yep.